welcome to Connected by Games.
If you're looking to beat your friends at Gizmos, go ahead and follow along for our tips and tricks.
Alright, so our first tip is that if you don't know what to do and there's all these cards out there, you have no idea what you want, just research. You can choose at least 3 cards, that's what you start with on your dashboard. And if you already have some upgrades, you can see if you can research even more than 3 cards. A reason why this is good is because there's no harm in doing this. Whether if you pick up a card to research and you don't like any of them, you can just put them all back. Or if you can build one, great. Or if you can't build any of them yet, you can just put it to the side and file it. And because you start with the starting Gizmo card, where you can, if you file a card, you get to choose a random marble at once.
Mm-hmm. And in games with luck, it's all about lowering that risk as much as possible. So you really want to try to leave that archived area, that filing area empty, because putting something back may not be the best move because you might be using up a turn when you don't really want to. So make sure that part's empty and really try to build up that file action, because when you build up that file action, if you can't build your card, file away and you can get a lot of marbles for it.
Yeah, and then the last thing that you could do is build up some converters as well, because if you get a random marble every time that you file something, you can use that converter to get whatever color marbles that you'll need.
So it's all about lowering that risk. Alright, our second tip for you here is only grab 1 or 2 of those pick action cards. The reason being, those cards usually lead to the end of your chain reaction. When you're picking a marble and then you get a random marble, that random marble is going to end your chain reaction. So you don't need too many of those because you're not trying to end your chain reaction.
Yeah, and you want to get these 1 to 2 pick actions early on in the game. That way you can have them for the whole game. And then also trying to get the same color. So if you pick a black marble and then you get a random one, if you can get 2 of those ones, then every time you grab a black marble, you get 2 random marbles as well.
Exactly. And then building off of that, you also want converters as well. So building off for scenario, if you have those black marbles, pick a black marble, get a random marble, get black converters. That way, when you pick that black marble, you can convert to whatever color you want. Again, lowering that risk.
Our third tip is to transition quickly. So at the beginning of the game, when you're building your engine, you are buying all these cards trying to get marbles. You need as many marbles as you can so you can buy these cards. But then after you are able to get a lot of marbles, you want to transition into getting cards that allow you to get victory points as well. So that you're getting all the marbles and you're getting victory points as well.
Exactly. And the second form of transition we're talking about is you want to be able to buy more expensive cards. There's 2 different scenarios we're going to talk about right here, and you'll be able to see which one's more efficient. The first scenario, if you grab a marble, then buy a card worth 1 victory point, grab another marble, and buy a card worth 1 victory point, you're getting 2 victory points, but it's taking you 4 turns. Now, our second scenario here, if you grab a marble, grab another marble, and buy a level 2 card, that's 2 victory points right there, and that only took you 3 turns. So you can see that it's more efficient to buy those more expensive cards. Although we do understand that it is in a vacuum and maybe you'll get the ability of that level 1 card, but you can see in general that that level 2 card is taking you less turns to build.
And sometimes too, that level 2 card has a better action on it than the level 1 cards as well.
Exactly. So it's all about the efficiency and what's best for your engine. Alright, as our 4th tip right here, as a last-ditch effort, you can always try to research those level 3 cards that restrict your ability to do certain actions, but they're worth a lot of points. Typically, cards are worth a certain amount of marbles, and they're the same worth in victory points. So if something costs 2 victory points, or something costs 2 marbles, they're usually 2 victory points. But there are these specific cards in the level 3 pile that are worth 4 marbles and are worth 8 victory points. So it almost doubles that value right there. So in a last-ditch effort, if you're losing by like 5 points, go ahead and feel free to just look for that card.
By researching. And then a good way to win that I certainly forgot about in our playthrough is that if you get 4 level 3 cards, you end the game. So if you notice that you are up by 5 or 6 points, you're just trying to get to that level 3 card so that you can get the game over with. You can end it as soon as you can.
Alright, those are our tips and tricks on how to win at Gizmos. If you learned a couple of things, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, and if you didn't watch our how to play video on Gizmos or a playthrough, you can go ahead and watch those. And if you're interested in learning new games, learning how to play them, how to beat your friends at them, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're going to be posting videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Alright, well thanks for watching, and we are Connected by Games.